Hello there.
General Kenobi.
If this is the first time you've been to this channel, I have no idea how you stumbled across it, but I'm glad to have you here. Please stay. Please. If this isn't the first time you've come to this channel, well, I'm glad that you've come back. As you can tell that I'm finally uploading a video again. It's been like a month or something. I've been very busy. I've meant to live stream some Oblivion lately, but I'll get into explaining that later. Right now, what I need to do is cover the new legend in Brawlhalla, and his name is Isaiah. He uses the cannon and blasters, and he is a specialist. So I'm going to read his lore, I'm going to show you his stats, his skins, and I'm going to try to pull off a few combos with them, as well as showing off some of his sigs. So to start off, his lore. Isaiah is right next to Hattori and Jala in the legend list, and as you can tell, I haven't played him at all. This is actually the first time that I've recorded a video with him. The episode came out 2 days ago on Wednesday, March 7th, 2018, and today is Friday. So, Isaiah has, what is this? 5 strength, 6 dexterity, 7 defense, and 4 speed, and he has 4 different unique skins. His weapons are cannon and blasters, as I've already said. Isaiah's lore. The Specialist. Slow down, Prime Minister. Are you saying terrorists or werewolves? You know what? Never mind. I'm sending a guy. President Coates on the blue phone in the Situation Room. Listen up, folks. Mission briefing. Intelligence assesses 20 to 30 targets armed with automatic weapons or claws with supernatural strength. We'll be loading EMPs in silver. Insertion and exit is the roof. 1900 hours is the extraction deadline. Any later and we have to cancel taco night. Questions? Isaiah Marshall, briefing room, OEL Op Command. As the story goes, people with security clearance to know that the Office of Emergency Logistics existed also knew that it was Major Isaiah Marshall who made the OEL America's first line of defense. When President Coates first took office, he was shocked to discover the sheer number of malevolent forces, both supernatural and mundane, menacing the nation he now led. The new president leaned heavily on the top-secret OEL and its resourceful commander to battle these threats. Whether alien, monster, or homegrown menace, Isaiah took an ecumenical and practical approach to battling the scourges of the world. He resolved the crisis in Mumbai when he established at the last possible moment that Rakshasa's invisibility does not extend to ultraviolet scopes. He determined that silvered ceramic is the best multi-purpose shell for penetrating narco-terrorist Kevlar, Zaktari power shields, and werewolf hide. Repelling into interdimensional portals, he established the need for copper cable and sound relaying technique. In Valhalla, Isaiah still loves to fight, but has also found time for slackline and guitar. He's put together a techno-fantasy Europop band with Ada, Ulgrim, and Fait. It's interesting that they mention a legend that we haven't seen yet, or a person that we haven't seen yet, Fait. I don't know when that's going to come in, but yeah, that'll be cool. I'm sure a lot of people have already talked about that and like speculated over it, but whatever. I'm going to get into training room with them, and I'm going to show you some of his skins and stuff. I don't like this. They have 4 rows of legends now. Okay, anyways, so Isaiah. This is his base skin. It looks pretty good in my opinion. It kind of reminds me of the Reaper skin that you get when you buy like the special edition of Overwatch, whatever it's called. But yeah, so this is his base skin, and these are his base colors. His weapons are Old Faithful, and it just looks kind of like a rocket launcher or bazooka, and the sidearms. The different colors, I will quickly run through those. If you need to, you can slow down the video, but I'm not going to try to waste any time on them. Next skin is Shadow Up's Isaiah. This is my personal favorite, and I'm sure it's the favorite of many other people. I think it looks really nice. The weapons for Shadow Up's Isaiah are it looks like a double-barreled sort of cannon, and close quarters. I really like those pistols. And the colors for Shadow Up's Isaiah. Then we have Section 0 Isaiah. I like this skin as well. It kind of reminds me of District 9. So I imagine that's Section 0, District 9, you know, whatever. Has the railgun. I really like that cannon, that's really cool. And then the neutralizers. I'm kind of on those blasters. Task Force Isaiah. This one just reminds me of Lucio. It has the Doorbuster and the Protect and Serve. I also really like these blasters. There you go. I don't know why it doesn't show me my community colors with them. Let me see if I can get those in a different lobby. It should have... Maybe I have to play with them first? I don't know. Anyways. I'll see if I can show you guys those at the end of the video. At least a couple pictures will be put up if I can get them quickly enough. But yeah, so let's get into it. We're gonna play on... Where are we gonna play? We're gonna play on Shipwreck Falls. With the Old Faithful canon and the Old Faithful map for reviewing legends. So in order to properly review Isaiah, I'm going to first need to move the bot over the center of the map, and then I'm next going to need to make sure that I'm showing stun, damage, and hitboxes, as well as making sure that the damage reset is on, the position reset is on. Okay. I'm also going to make sure that item spawning is disabled. And we're going to start off with Isaiah's cannon. Isaiah's cannon has a lot of pretty interesting SIGs. This is something that I haven't seen with other legends that I just wanted to point out before I get into many of the moves, though. Pay attention to when Isaiah turns and look at his eyes. It might be a little bit difficult to tell, but it looks like he actually sort of like scans around. It looks like his eyes move faster than his body does. I'm not sure if that's has something to do with his lore and him being like a special ops, I guess like a special operative, but I don't know, we'll check. Let's see if Diana does it. No, it looks like Diana just kind of does hers immediately. Oh well. Okay, so Isaiah's neutral sig with cannon. He starts off by aiming at a pretty high angle. It's still technically diagonal, but I'd say that the angle it makes at the ground is probably somewhere closer to like 70 degrees. And he just shoots a rocket straight in the air. Very simple. And in order to show you how that works, I'm going to start off by hitting it with the downlight. And I'll go over the strings after I show off all the SIGs, so that way you know where they are and can have them conveniently placed for you. So the neutral SIG that Isaiah has does about 26 damage. I don't know if that's added in. Let's see if I can find out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the neutral sig does 26 damage, and it has nothing really special to it other than the animation that it plays, where there's no additional animation for landing a hit. It's always the same. Then Isaiah's down sig with cannon, he uses a drone he attaches to a drone and then slowly approaches the target and shoots another missile down towards them, another rocket down towards them. I'm not necessarily sure how I'm gonna transfer into this move, maybe a sidelight? No. Neutral light. I don't know. We'll figure something out. I messed it up. Okay, anyways. So that was Isaiah's down sig with cannon. And the side sig, he turns his cannon into a machine gun and then uses the drone to launch a sort of like a disabling blast. I don't know exactly what it shoots. Let's find out. Okay, let's go back. What does it shoot? It shoots another rocket, but the only difference is it's blue. I see no reason for it to do that, but oh well. So that's Isaiah's side sig with cannon. Pretty cool. I'm pretty sure that you can do something with this, if I recall. Dodge window 14. I remember hearing something about his side sig. I just can't remember what it is right now. I can't remember exactly what it is right now. Let's move into his blasters. Isaiah's blasters are really cool, in my opinion. They look really dope, and from the few things that I've seen on Twitter and on Reddit, they have some really, really nice animations that haven't been done before with other legends. Or haven't been explored with other legends, I should say. So his neutral sig with blasters, he simply turns them into a full gun. So you can see that with his left hand, it'll be on the viewer's right. That blaster is still there in the gun, and it simply makes up like the handle and the stock. The other blaster turns into the front of the rifle. I don't know the sections of a gun, but this would make sense to me if you could do this. It's a dodge window of 11. Dodge window of 9, that's pretty good. Let's see how much damage it does. Is there a way to specifically tell? Not really. So 25. It does 25 damage. His neutral sig without charging does 25 damage. Let's move on to his down sig. It's similar, except instead of using a rifle, he uses one simple pistol, or a singular pistol, and has the drone come out and drop a bomb, or do a strafing run with its rocket. So to hit the target, you do have to like know when to release it and be able to predict whether or not you're going to be able to hit your target with the initial hitbox, because it's very small and doesn't stun for very long. However, if you do manage to hit them in the targeting, it will damage them, and you need to let go immediately, because otherwise, they can get out of it before you release. And finally, the side sig. He again turns his pistols into a singular rifle, uses his drone to sort of stun the opponent, and then he dashes in and then simply shoots 3-4 shots. It sounds like 4. There's 4 shots. But now that we're done looking at all of his sigs, let's go into the combos. So, Isaiah's combos or strings, I think are pretty cool from the few that I've tested or thought about while reviewing him, and the few that I've again seen on Twitter or Reddit. He's really strong when it comes to 1, stringing with his sigs, and 2, he's especially strong if you can use him to dodge read. I'm not going to be showing off any dodge reads because I haven't played in a long time and I'm not good at like doing that when I'm rusty. And also it would be a little difficult because I'd have to change the bot settings and make sure that they can move and make sure that they dodge whenever they can, and so on and so forth. And I kind of want to keep the video a little bit short, so yeah, I'm just going to get straight into it. Let's start off with his cannon. The first one that I noticed was downlight neutral sig. So the downlight stuns them for, let's see how long this downlight stun lasts. Let's go back. Okay, so once you hit the target with the downlight, they're stunned for the first frame of impact. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. 31 frames. There's 31 frames of being stunned once the target is hit. And the dodge window from downlight neutral sig is quite minuscule. See, there's 8, but you can get it even lower, 2. So if they've already used their dodge, this is going to be inescapable for them. It's a really strong way to approach, in my opinion, and I believe you can actually string other things into the downlight, which then lets you use the neutral sig. If I recall, it's something like this. It's neutral light. There we go. Okay. So what you do is you start off by hitting them with a neutral light. After the neutral light, I'll do that again and go frame by frame. So in this stage of the neutral light, your character should no longer be stunned. I believe it's there. As soon as your character is no longer stunned, you want to dodge or dash downwards. I believe it's dodge, because you've already landed an attack, so it would be a chase dodge. You use your chase dodge to go straight down, and then continue with the downlight and the neutral sig. So to show you how that works in gameplay, oh, my mistake. So, neutral light, as soon as you can get out of your stun, you dodge downwards, and then continue on with the downlight neutral sig combo as you would. The second thing that I saw with cannon was, I want to say, falling stare side sig? Yes, falling stare side sig has a dodge window of 8, but I'm sure you could probably get to 6, depending on where you are at when you hit them. 21, that could be, like the turnaround could be part of a dodge read, but I feel like it would be more convenient simply to not turn around and try to, or at least in lower level gameplay, you'd want to not turn around and expect your opponent not to dodge out of it. So I'd say like that might work up until mid-high silver, not gonna lie. Golds, from what I've noticed, a good amount of golds, I don't know how I want to phrase this. A decent amount of golds have been able to know when to properly use their dodge in most general occasions. So yes, that's the combo that I had for the neutral sig was pretty much anything following up with a downlight neutral sig. So that's it, downlight neutral sig. The combo with the side sig was Sare side sig, and I believe there's one more with side sig. I want to say, has a dodge window of 19. Is it? No? I guess that could work for neutral sig. I'm trying to remember what it is. I'll try to get back to it if I can. Now the down sig. With down sig you can do down air down sig. Down air down sig gives you a dodge window of 14. Neutral light down sig gives you a dodge window of 20. Probably get down to 16, I would say. There you go, 16, maybe even 15. Side light down sig, 19. Side light. Can we do side light neutral light? And if I get that down perfectly, it might be possible. If the opponent's already damaged and maybe they had a bit more force going upwards and sideways, you might have been able to pull that off. But yeah, so that's what I'm going to cover for cannon for now. Let's move on to the blasters. Blasters combos or strings are quite easy. You start off with a down light, then move straight into a down sig. I didn't time that very well, but you know, whatever. So that's a really basic one. That's honestly my least favorite because of how unreliable it is, I guess. You get a dodge window of 12 if you pivot it after doing a dash. Perhaps I should let her recover. So once they're in the yellow, it seems like that's the prime time to use it. It would be down light, and then you dash inwards, and then pull off down sig. When they're just getting into the yellow, they have a dodge frame or a window of about 10. But the combo that really is important with blasters is neutral light, neutral sig, and you can kind of hear me spam it, but you can get the dodge window down pretty low. It just lines up so perfectly. I feel like that was incredibly intentional. What else can we do? Perhaps if you get the range right. You do downlight side sig? Downlight side sig has a dodge window of 7. 4. 3. Yeah, so downlight side sig is going to be very strong. The ones that I would recommend using are neutral light, neutral sig if you read the dodge, and then downlight side sig if you don't want to read the dodge. So that's for blasters, and then I'm going to quickly go over the ones that I've pointed out already, my favorites. With cannon, it was the downlight neutral sig, dodge window of 2, and then continuing on with that, I believe it was air side sig. That was the only really other one that I thought would be usable for a dodge read maybe. And with blasters, you have the downlight side sig, which is my personal favorite because of just how, I guess it's not my personal favorite for blasters, but it's the one that I find will be most useful. And then you have neutral light and neutral sig for a dodge read. That about covers my review of Isaiah. Something new to this series I'm going to do is I'm going to give them a review of my own to see, to predict how well I'll be able to use them and how effective I'll be with them. So I'm going to give Isaiah probably about a 6 for now. I feel like on a scale of 1 to 10, I have an effectiveness of about 6 with Isaiah. My highest level legend is is Orion with level 50, and I wouldn't even rate him to be like a 10. I would say Orion's like a 9. I would say currently I'm most effective with Ember, and if I were doing something other than whole numbers, I'd say 9.5. So a 6 for Isaiah is pretty good. If I play him more, probably a 7 or an 8, but I don't think I could see myself going into the 9s or 10s with him. I find him to be an interesting legend. I enjoy him. He's one of the only canon legends that I actually like. And yeah, that about covers it. I did want to ask the audience if I should continue the series, because I've noticed that a lot of other people have been using the same format, and they've been getting a lot more attention, which I understand because I don't necessarily record these with the highest production level, and I also, at many times, do not have the ability to release a video like soon after a legend is released. In fact, because this video is coming out 2 days late, I don't imagine I'll get too many views on it. So, to anyone who does watch this, anyone who is a fan of the channel, should I continue doing these? Do you enjoy these? Are these useful to you, or would you just prefer a very quick and reliable legend overview? Because if that's what you're on this channel for, then I probably won't be able to provide the overviews immediately. I still can, so if you enjoy the way I handle them, then that's fine. If I weren't to do these anymore, then I would probably move on to live streaming or recording Oblivion more often. I am a big fan of the Elder Scrolls games, so I would do those. I would occasionally show up for some Brawlhalla content, maybe some CSGO, PUBG, Destiny, and I've been enjoying a lot of Overwatch, so I could do Overwatch. But yeah, I guess what I'm asking is, if I were to skip Legends, or if I were to simply not do any more overviews, would that be a problem? If you say yes, that would be a problem, that's fine, I will continue to do overviews, but if not, then I do appreciate that, and I will be happy to move this channel in a new direction. That being said, thank you all for watching this overview, and I will see you in the next video. Stay frosty.